Okay, everyone, I'm just going to go through price action for last week on GBPUSD. The date was the 29th to the 3rd to the 4th, the 4th being the Saturday. So this week's price action was a bit not slow, more just had to wait for the right areas that we were obviously sitting in. Coming into the Monday, we weren't in any zone of in any importance. We were obviously bullish on the 15 minute, but we were coming up to an hourly supply area up here. So ideally looking at the week, we wanted to basically do this like that, or basically bounce off this zone and use demand points to push back up, continue bullish. As EU was telling us that we were had that chance of being bullish. So coming into the week, obviously starting the day on the Monday, we're in an awful spot. We need price to either take out these highs and come to this point, or to push back down, induce this liquidity and push back up, continuing with that bullish momentum. So we'll just skip along here. We'll push up. Make sure you guys actually look at this yourself and maybe backtest as we go and just see if you had the same entry. So here looking for an entry, nothing presented. This was towards the end of New York on Monday night. So here in Australia, that's really, really late. We weren't looking for anything. There is an entry on the 1 minute, I believe, but for us, no A plus entry being in that zone there. So coming into London the next day, we obviously got that bullish push up. So now we're working in this bullish 15-minute range, understanding we're reacting off this extreme supply. So we are expecting price to be bearish. Now, this doesn't mean that intraday we aren't bullish. So if we just mark out what had happened, prices taken liquidity here to break structure to the upside, had really, really good momentum, really, really good structure here, filling in those demand points on the way up. So basically coming into London here, we had price come into this demand here. Price then pushed up and gave us an entry model that we have on the 5 minute here, where we could go and set this limit under this liquidity here, under this inducement here, which gave us, I reckon it was a 5 pip stop loss. Beautiful. Now, if we look in, aim and look at price, as you can see, you've got a demand point here, demand area here, where price actually reacted off here and took liquidity just in here. So this would be where we're aiming to target as a supply, understanding we are coming from this top area. So the chance of price coming down all the way up here and taking out this high level is very, very slim. The momentum is to the downside. We want price to push down. It makes sense structurally. So what happens is you set this limit, price taps you in, and funnily enough, racks really, really close off that point, giving a 1 to 5 based on our securing of profits here. You secured something. So price then came into that point, not quite came into it, but gave us another entry model, just didn't tap into that point, so we didn't look directly there. So first trade there. Then we can jump back on the 15 minute. I believe we had some news and things pop out right about now. Yeah, beautiful news. No point looking after the news, but exactly what we want to have happen is happening out of that extreme. So price will push down. Now on the 30-minute time frame, I'll jump in here. We actually had this demand here, the one that actually took this liquidity here and gave us our 15-minute extreme. Coming into London, we tapped into this point and it didn't give us an entry at this one, unfortunately, but really, really good structure in terms of places to look at, but no trade. Price and messed around. I think we had more major news here. So no trade there. So one trade coming into Thursday. Now, this is where we start to get a bit of interesting movement. Now, as you can see, price isn't wanting to break up, but we've come down to the extreme here. So if we just, that's price action filled there. And if we look at price here, what's happened, price is pushed up, broken internal structure on the 5 minute here. I'll just mark that one out. Price then came in and took liquidity, did not mitigate this point, so left this point unmitigated, and then broke internal 15-minute here. So we've got price coming down to an extreme and pushing up in a bullish range. We can now look for buyers targeting what now is this extreme full of liquidity. It's created a support and resistance area. For traders here, we've got that hour liquidity sitting above there as well. Being bullish, we can start to look in here. So London, nothing here, no entries of sort. This, I know some people did look to enter here, especially in the group as well, just does not fit our rules. So price then step down. Coming into New York, we've got our time window perfectly Price then came in, did a 1 minute break of structure after taking the liquidity over here we wanted gone. So this is just an A plus setup for us. The stop loss, if you cover the inducement point with that 1 minute break of structure, is 11. So you don't cover that. You just do, I think it was an 8.5. EU gave a better entry, and then targeting those highs, which this is the last trade of the week. And as you can see, having a push down in there, giving that entry was very, very clean and basically summed up the rest of the week, hitting that 1 to 12. So these are the really only two spots we could even look for a trade out of, and both presented really good entries. The other one was this one here, but no entry was presented. If anything, once price had broken this and created this liquidity here to push up and created that internal demand here, you could have set this coming into the session as a swing position. For us, we love our lower time frame confirmations, which is what that gave. So that was basically it for the week. Then we had major news come out and rocked the market, something shocking. So there was nothing up there. So basically 1 to 5, 1 to 11, which is where you probably take full take profit. You wouldn't want to ride this all the way to the high, even though it did go 1 to 18. You may even just cover, go 1 to 10, make it really, really easy, cover that liquidity just there, just a 1 to 10, possibly inducing this and then creating a bit of a reaction to the downside. So that was the week. Very, very clean two setups, only two setups for the week. Like I said, more of a waiting game, but it's just continuing with that high time frame momentum and coming down to extreme points. Very, very simple. So hopefully that makes sense with all of you. Like I do suggest with these videos, go back and back test the previous week, look at the trades you've taken, look at the new trades you find, and then compare it to this in terms of what we see. So if you guys want to join the live trading group, spots are going crazy at the moment and people are coming in. So the session's getting better and better. We'll have a link down in the description for you. So that's all from me today, and we'll see you next week.